It really depends on how we define a mainstream Bedwars tips and tricks. That's what I call the ones I made, such as like the how to speed bridge and the playstyles one. But there are like two other types. Some of them are like the ones that take place mainly outside of the game, such as the quest guide, and then there's the weekly item. Yeah, it's been 4 months since we last saw the quote-unquote mainstream Bedwars tips and tricks, and it was the playstyles one, and I want to return to that type of videos for it. So in this episode, I want to cover like one of my favorite things in Bedwars, Fireball and TNT Jumping. And odds are you probably heard of this before. It's where you use a fireball or a TNT to damage boost yourself into the air to get distance and height. TNT jumping and fireball jumping may seem like the same thing, but there are actually quite a few differences, which I'll be covering in this video, so yeah, let's get started. So we should probably start off with the costs of each item. TNT, if you're playing solo or doubles, it costs 4 gold, whereas in 3v3 and 4v4 it costs 8. So it really depends there. Like if you're gonna spend 8 gold on TNT, it might be good to place it down on a bed, considering 8 gold is quite a bit, to be honest. But like no matter what mode you're playing, the fireball will be 40 iron. And also, just saying now, I'm not trying to say that one is better than the other like during this, but I do generally like fireball jumping a bit more, which I'll explain the reasons later on, so you might notice that a bit. But yeah, it really depends, because like sometimes in games it's like I have a ton of gold but like no iron. Sometimes it's the other way around. So you just have to like choose wisely on like which one. Plus it can be like, if you're trying to get a bed and if you're using the TNT or fireballs to break the bed, just think, is like the other stuff that you're gonna buy cost mainly iron or gold? Most of the time it's gonna cost iron, to be honest, so gold could be a good option like for the TNT. But then now we should probably talk about the like distance, I guess, or like just how it launches you into the air. So this is when like the differences start to pop up. TNT jumping, it's like when you use it you mainly get distance, whereas with the fireball jump it's mainly height, which we'll see in a second here. As you can see, I placed on TNT, I jump off and I got quite a bit of distance, but then right here you'll notice that I fireball jump and I mainly got height. However, you can throw a fireball beside you to get like more distance, but it might just be best to use TNT, and you can still use TNT to get height. Like if you're in like those build fights, like where you like I just bridging up one block, normally the other person would normally be above if you're still building, but if they are, just place down the TNT and you should be able to like boost your way up. Now let's talk about how long it takes to prepare. With TNT you have to place it down and you have to wait for it to ignite and then blow up, plus you have to time to jump off of it. But then with the fireball, it just instantly appears there, which then instantly knocks you up into the air, which has actually saved me a lot of times before. But to be fair, TNT has saved me a ton of times before. Like during a fight I'd place it down and then like once it's about to blow up I just run, jump off the edge, and boom, I just get launched away. So it really just depends, because then with the fireball, if like you're about to die or if someone's chasing you and if your bridge is like up in the air, just go fireball jump and you can escape. Plus they never expect it, and with TNT they might think, oh yeah, they're just blowing up the bridge. You can just run forward and just go get them. Plus you can always blow past them with the TNT, because like if they're on the bridge and if you're kind of close to the base on the bridge, you can just place down the TNT and jump like this. But be careful when doing it sideways, don't do that. That launched me downwards, which downwards is the void, which you do not want to go. Trust me, it's not that much fun. This video is going to be a bit shorter, but to be fair, there's only so much I can say on damage boosting yourself with a certain explosive. I have seen double and triple TNT jumping, which I have tried to do quadruple TNT jumping, but that turned into the quote-unquote when I tried to record video. And yeah, that was quite the video. Probably my longest video in a long time, because you know, Matt made the thing funny. Unlike me, I was just there, because yeah. Anyways, I have tried throwing down a fireball while TNT explodes. It doesn't seem to work sometimes for me, but it's been quite a while. But I'm assuming that it would hit you upwards a bit, and then hopefully, if you can time it correctly, it'll hit you up and then boost you again. Then you might keep your upwards momentum from the fireball, and the TNT will launch it to the side, which could be really cool if pulled off correctly. And while we're on the topic of using the two things together, I just want to tell you something quickly. So I like 8 fireballs once, and then you can kind of move distances without touching the ground if you fireball jump up, and if you time the fireballs correctly, you can like stay in the air, but you do take a lot of damage. But well, the thing I was meaning to talk about was like some ways that you can use them together. I can only think of one as of right now, which I did do once before, but pretty much you go place down TNT, you fireball jump up in the air, so then the TNT explodes from underneath you, and then you can land down and break the bed. I actually think I fireball jumped up past someone on the other team in 4v4, placed down the TNT, waited like 2 seconds, or like just enough time where then like I can fireball jump upwards, and then as I'm coming down, the TNT exploded, and then I could break the bed. And yeah, I just want to thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if the video was helpful, and I know my commentary isn't necessarily the best, but I'm still working on this. So yeah, thanks for watching.